Harley Quinn goes on a date with Bruce Wayne in Gotham City Sirens. What's up guys, Roman from R&S Entertainment here, and welcome to another episode of Comic History, the weekly series where I explain and retell the iconic storylines, origins, and events in the world of comics. In this video, we're doing part 3 of our series on Gotham City Sirens, the awesome Batman villain team-up book written originally by Paul Dini, from the legendary Batman the Animated Series, set in main DC continuity from 2009 to 2011, following the apparent death of Batman in Final Crisis, and before the New 52 relaunch. In previous episodes, we've covered the origin of Gotham City Sirens and Gotham City Sirens Riddle Me This, so make sure to check those videos out as well. Our story begins following the formation of the Gotham City Sirens in Part 1, where Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy had seemingly turned on their friend Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, by releasing truth serum plant spores and tying her up to coerce her to reveal the identity of Batman. Selina flashes back in her mind to 3 years prior, when Talia al Ghul had summoned her to Tibet, telling her that the two of them were the only two women Bruce had truly loved, and as such his enemies would no doubt eventually try to get to him through them. Talia teaches Catwoman League of Assassins meditation techniques that should allow her to bury the knowledge of Batman's dual identity away from any method of persuasion, which she relies on as Ivy's plants work their way through her system. Ivy asks once more, who is Batman? And Selina drops her head and weakly says Bruce Wayne. And then Jim Gordon, Harvey Dent before he was Two-Face, and then saying Batman isn't the name of a person, it's a title for a persona that had been created by the elite and powerful in Gotham to be their own personal strike force against crime. With some people having taken up the mantle for a few days, others months, all being trained in the persona, and with many having died on the job. Harley calls her out on this, saying that the Joker always told her there was one Batman and one Joker, and when Catwoman appeals to logic, saying that one man couldn't possibly have survived all of the gunshots, stabbings, and beatings Batman had taken over the years, Harley says that maybe one could if they were driven by a deep-seated trauma, possibly in his childhood. Selina's story, coupled with Poison Ivy's plants not detecting her suppression of the truth, satisfies Harley and Ivy, who apologize for the interrogation and says that it was to make sure they weren't being set up. Harley heads back out to blow more of her share of Hush's millions on random shopping sprees. See part 1 in this series for why the girls have Hush's money. And while she's out, a pair of criminals attack Bruce Wayne, who is actually Hush, having surgically altered himself to take on the persona of Bruce Wayne after his disappearance in Final Crisis, at a publicity stunt, and Harley jumps in to stop them, seeing as Bruce Wayne was actually the man on her parole board who had signed her over to release, causing their getaway car to crash into a toy store where Harley finds a Jester doll she had been wanting. Knowing Harley had been one of Catwoman's accomplices in stealing his fortune, Hush picks up the criminal's machine gun and considers murdering her, thinking that he could easily play it off as self-defense if he claims she was one of the kidnappers. Seeing that cops are already showing up on the scene, however, he decides against it for now, putting on a goofy Bruce Wayne persona while thinking to himself that he can use Harley to drive out the one person he wants to kill more than her, Selina Kyle. Selina gets a picture message from Harley of her and Bruce, and knowing that Hush had taken his place, her and Ivy find Harley's new doll with a knife stabbed through it as a message. Bruce Wayne's high profile brings his outing with Harley Quinn a lot of media attention, which we saw Riddler notice and clue Selina in on in Gotham City Sirens Riddle Me This. And we see what appears to be the Joker sitting in an old hideout of his, angrily blowing up a TV, showing the two together and destroying a ton of Harley Quinn pictures, mannequins, and other holdovers from her time with the Joker, acting noticeably out of character and saying that Harley Quinn had taken his place and that he should have killed her the moment he saw her. Meanwhile, Hush has been taking Harley out publicly to draw Catwoman's attention, deciding that instead of killing her privately, he would stage an accident on the rooftop Moonlight Lounge. Hush keeps playing the Bruce Wayne role, showing Harley a view over Gotham to Bloodhaven, all while planning in his head exactly how to hit her skull to make her fall over the balcony. But right as he's about to push her over, Harley whirls around and says, "Hey, wait a minute. Don't you have a kid or something?" And when Hush clumsily tells her about Tim and Dick, Harley says she's not into being a soccer mom and turns to walk away. Hush tells her that the kids are fully grown up, and that he had moved by himself into the abandoned estate of Thomas Elliot, Hush's actual identity, trying to pull Harley in close enough to throw her over the railing when a giant Joker-faced blimp shines a spotlight on them. Piloted by two goons the Joker had made dress up in old-school 40s mobster outfits, but blasting his voice through the speakers. The Joker goons open fire on the nightclub in an attempt to murder Harley Quinn, but Poison Ivy shows up and uses giant strangling vines to disable the balloon and hold it in midair, with the men escaping before the Joker can blow up the balloon and Catwoman grabbing Hush in clear view of everyone there. Thinking that the Gotham City Sirens are attacking Bruce Wayne, the police fire on them as Catwoman gives Hush a sharp kick in the back and runs away, with Hush picking up one of the Joker goons' guns from the ground and considering killing all three of the ladies with one burst. But knowing that it would not work out doing it this publicly, he instead fires on the blimp, bringing it down and being hailed as a hero. Back at the Sirens' hideout, Harley Quinn is ecstatic that the Joker seemingly attacked her, taking it as him being jealous, which means he cares about her. And while she says this, a really goofy-looking old-timey Joker car bursts through the window, driven by a Joker robot who throws a switch to detonate the car, blasting the Sirens away in a hail of robotic laughter. And that's where we're gonna wrap up this episode of Gotham City Sirens. Who is this out-of-character Joker, and why does he have such a murderous vendetta against Harley Quinn? Do the Sirens make it out unscathed? And what new elements of Gotham's underworld will they face off with next? We're gonna get into all of that in Gotham City Sirens Part 4, Joker's Original Sidekick, coming out soon. Gotham City Sirens is such a fun book, with many of the original issues written by Paul Dini, meaning all of the characters involved here have that perfect voice straight from Batman the Animated Series, with great art and serialized storytelling that gives you a view of Gotham City and Batman's rogues gallery we've seldom seen before. If you enjoyed this video or like Gotham City Sirens, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out the other episodes of comic history we've done so far, including a ton of great Batman history videos that you can find in the playlist on my channel. Let me know what you thought about Gotham City Sirens Part 3, and if there's a specific storyline, origin, or event you're dying to see an episode of Comic History on, you can commission any story you want by donating to our Patreon. Link in the description box below. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter, like and follow our Facebook page, check out my podcast, The Comics Crossover Podcast, and I'll see you all next time.